Hello, we're back with the Colorfully Conscious podcast. I missed you guys. Thank you so much for being here and listening. Yes, so today's episode is talking about ADHD. This is quite an interesting topic because many people have many different views. Side note, I am a psychology major, and the way I have been taught ADHD and my current perspective on it are kind of different. So I'm happy to get into this topic, and a lot of people I know personally, and more than we think actually, do experience ADHD, diagnosed or undiagnosed. So yeah, let's get into it. Um, ADHD is actually a blessing. For those who don't know, it's attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Um, and it's kind of funny that the word disorder is in there, so I kind of want to focus on that right now. Disorder, yes, this is true. Sometimes my brain cannot put things in order, but at the same time, it is honestly a blessing because how much I get done. So I'm doing one, let's say I am washing dishes and then I remember that I have to text someone, and then I go to text someone, and then I remember, oh, I need to respond to someone while I'm in my text, and then I respond to someone all while I'm doing dishes at the same time, and then I'm like, oh, I need to put my laundry in the dryer, so then I go down and put my laundry in the dryer, and then I see that there's clothes that I haven't folded, so I fold the clothes, and then I'm listening to my podcast. Like, you get reminded of so many things while you're doing so many things. And so you start, it doesn't mean you finish, but you start a lot of things that you maybe last time you left unfinished, and this time you might finish or you might leave unfinished. But I think what I'm trying to say here is that it gives you a lot of room to do a lot of different things without even knowing it. Some people look at it as a disorder, and it's not. It actually, it's a superpower. I'm not even kidding you. It's a superpower because my brain functions so high, and of course, like, there's ways to lessen the activity, but as I got prescribed medication for it, as I started taking the medication, which I really only took on test days, I realized I didn't want it. So I took a break from it, and I told my doctor I don't need to be prescribed it anymore. Like, thank you. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, after I started meditating, like, that helped me quiet my brain. Like, that helped me slow down and focus on one thing at a time. But at the same time, I'm grateful to be focusing on many different things at the same time, because I don't think if my brain didn't work the way it did, I don't think I would be able to get as much done as I do. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful that I think, not all the time, it does get exhausting, you know what I mean? Like, it does get exhausting. That's why you have to come up, you have to come up with healthy coping mechanisms. Like, okay, I am going to sit down and I'm going to relax. Okay, I am going to sit down and just watch the show and enjoy this show and not do anything else. Okay, I am going to go work out today because I know working out releases the endorphins and it makes room and space for healthy thinking processes. I don't think that came out right, but um, like, it takes discipline, and that's another thing that I can say I've gained from, quote unquote, having ADHD and being diagnosed with it, is self-discipline has to be cultivated. Otherwise, you'll be literally running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to do so many things without looking, without focusing. And I think so many times we take medicine so that we can focus. However, it's more about self-discipline, which then leads to focus, than taking a pill and being prescribed medicine that physiologically changes your brain's chemistry in order to focus. Rather, you need self-discipline. You don't need medication. I'm gonna run that back. You need self-discipline. You don't need medication. Okay, you need patience with yourself. You don't need medication. You need dedication. You don't need medication. You need dedication. You don't need medication. You need discipline. This is the things that have to be cultivated, that has to be cultivated if you don't want to take medication. Maybe you don't like the way it feels. Maybe you can afford it. Da 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 da. Or like me, that's fine. You can tell me I have a disorder, but I know that I'm perfectly fine. Obviously, no one's perfect, but I know that I am okay. There's nothing wrong with me. And it actually helps me get a lot of things done. And it really, it helped me, you guys. Like, I don't know what other way to put it besides when I took the disorder out of it, when I took the medication out of it, when I took the doctors out of it, when I took my negative mindset around it out of it, I was like, wow, I am so grateful to be designed the way I am. I don't need medication, I need meditation. Like, there's other ways to help me when I used to think that there was something physically wrong with me because my brain couldn't focus and take a test. Long and behold, our brains are really not designed to sit for that long and take a test like that. And I need patience with myself. I need kindness. I need compassion. What I really need was to study more. Like, I didn't, like, to be completely honest with you. Um, yeah. So it's an endless cycle of let me do this, let me do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that. And can actually lead into workaholism, but I wouldn't be who I am without it, and I don't claim that anymore, if that makes sense. Like, so many people say like, oh yeah, I have ADHD. I suffer from ADHD. Like, hello, do you see the words you're attaching to this? Um, like, I don't even want the word disorder associated with me, even though my life may not be in complete order, okay? I'm not gonna claim that. I'm not gonna associate myself with that. Like, no. And I encourage you, if you're on medication right now for ADHD and you're like, this lady's crazy, like, it helps me, I would challenge you, to just go a couple days without it and see A, whether you're dependent on it, and B, if you're okay without it. And notice, maybe journal, notice the difference between yourself with it and without it, and if there's even a difference, if there's a need, if there's a craving, especially if you're under 18, no, especially if you're under 25, which I am in that group, I am under 25. It's really not healthy for our brains, and I'd really love to change the psychology system because the more I learn about the world and the more I learn about psychology, it's just like, there's nothing wrong with us. Sure, we may feel like we have a lot of things wrong with us, but we're designed so amazingly, so imperfectly. Like, I'm literally about to tear up. Like, we are created beautifully. Beautifully. Now, whether you see that or not is a completely different story. Whether you believe that or not is a completely different story. Um, it's it's really all about your mindset, and so for you to want to quiet your mind, I completely understand. For you to want to focus on one thing at a time and you feel like you're always on 10, and you only have like two cylinders in your car, but you trying to run on 10, like, I completely understand. Well, I don't understand cars, but like, I understand. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, anyway. Um, what was I gonna say? Bro, I literally lost my train of thought. That's also what happens with ADHD. You literally lose your train of thought and you're like, uh um shoot, what was I gonna say, you guys? I'm so sorry. As you know, I'm new to this. Like, it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. Back to ADHD. You guys, you're beautiful just the way you are. As Bruno Mars said it, like, If you want to keep living the ADHD lifestyle, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you. But when you're ready to leave, when you're ready to separate yourself from that, when you're ready to own exactly who you are, all of it without medication, like, okay, medication in terms of ADHD, if you need medication to like sleep, if you need medication like for other things that like, I'm not dissing medication as a whole right now. I'm talking specifically about ADHD to remind you guys, okay? Praise God. Anyway, when you're ready to accept and embrace and get to know yourself outside of the medication, when you're ready to cultivate self-discipline, when you're ready to put in the work it takes to dedicate yourself to doing one task at a time, when you're ready to set alarms for yourself in order to shift from one subject to the next subject, to take breaks, to take a nap, to focus on, to put your phone on do not disturb, which honestly helps a lot. My phone stays on do not disturb. I don't know about you, like low key, actually high key. My phone be staying on do not disturb because I cannot be disturbed. The only person who's going to disturb me is me. And if I let other people disturb me, and that's not okay. That's not okay with me. It's up to me to have enough self-discipline and focus, which is cultivated from within, that's not cultivated from outside of me, such as a pill. It's up to me to really get my life in order. It's up to me to really focus. It's up to me to really quiet my brain, which honestly can be done through meditation, aka I teach meditation. Hit my line, email me if you need help getting started and you don't know where to start. I'ma plug me right here, right now, because why not? If you listen this far, maybe this message is for you, okay? Anyways, this is my spiel on ADHD, and I hope you look at it in a new with a new set of eyes and be like, I don't have a disorder. It's just me. It's just a part of me. I'm not even gonna claim that anymore. If you want to claim it, that's fine. Like if you want to own that, that's fine. Be like, yeah, like blah 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 blah. But for me personally, it's not a part of me anymore. I ditched the medication. I still have it, like whatever. Like I have it, but I don't use it. I don't partake in it. I don't use it as a crutch. Find ways that work for you. Find healthy ways that work for you. Because also I know some of that medication actually gives people like anxiety and actually gives people like eating disorders. So it's like, be careful with what you put into your bodies, okay, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you have a beautiful, 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 beautiful day, life, year, blah, 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 blah. Go eat healthy and own who you are and own your power. I love you, Rockstar.